That's how they want it. That's how they get it. Universal justice. Balance scale, divine righteous judgment. Not be the black man.
Extensively. You know, I somewhat educated myself on another level, other than what I got going through school. You know what I'm saying? So I was already fascinated with the science of an atom.
Mm.
You know, and when I got knowledge, one of the things that the gods were stressing, you know, and this is mainly one of the gods that I'm speaking of, amongst others. But this, you know, the God was primary in my education. You know, this is who I got knowledge from. God Dr. Bahu is God of law. So, one of the things that was stressed was you either got to go to school or go get a trade. Go to the military.
Ooh.
Do something to make yourself a productive individual in society.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? And so I decided to go and get a trade. And when I went to go and get a trade, you know, I'm looking at the I'm looking at the different trades that was available in this particular school that I went to, and one of them was electrical construction. And you know, I went to the class. You know, so I would say, you know, I've always had a fascination with electricity. You know, I don't know how many individuals could take it back to what I'm about to explain, but I remember back, you know, when I was young, and you know, we were celebrating Christmas because I grew up in a Christian household, and we celebrated Christmas. And like for Christmas, my old earth would she would get me something like she would get one of them electronic. It was like an electronic board that had all kind of transistors and resistors and coils or whatnot all around it, and you can make all different types of things. And one of the things that you could make, because it had an instruction booklet that came with it, and you could look through the instruction booklet and it tell you what things you can make with it by putting in certain wires with certain coils and resistors. You know what I'm saying? The transformers, and you know, one of them you could make a radio.
Ooh.
You know, and so I would make the radio, and I would mess with it when I was on punishment. You know what I'm saying? I would do something, you know what I'm saying? You had to go up into the room, you was put on punishment, you know. So I was on punishment, I always had something I could do. You know what I'm saying? So I had these type of, you know what I'm saying, things in the room, whatever. So I would fuck with that or whatever. And that gave me a fascination for electricity and, wiring and circuitry or whatnot. And when I got knowledge of self, even before I got knowledge of self, because I was into reading, like I said, first. You know, I just started reading all types of, literature, books, whatever I could get my hands on. I was just reading, especially if it came to some type of a black history, you know what I'm saying? Something dealing with, our people, our culture or whatever. And while I was dealing with that, it's like I got sidetracked. I was thinking about something else while I was saying that. But what?
About the electrical.
No. Well, in regards to that, the atom. And dealing with the atom, the science of an atom. When I went to electrical class, the first day of electrical class, my instructor, the first thing he said when we sat down in electrical class, he said that if you cannot understand the science of an atom, you will never understand the science of electricity. I said, oh my goodness, well, come on with it. Let's go with it. Because I was already fascinated with the science of an atom, and the sparking of an atom created the sun. You know what I'm saying? And the sun was the foundation of the universe. So those were things that I was already learning by getting knowledge of self. And then, when I was taking the advice of the gods that I was amongst, and they was telling me, you got to go to school, you got to get a trade, you got to go do something, other than being out here on the streets doing what it is you're doing. And I chose to go that path, and what I'm saying, I chose electricity. I never understood, or I never even thought that, my interest lies there at that particular time when I chose that particular trade. But when I did, and he said those words, I was like, yo, I'm going to love this shit, because I'm already on this. I just got knowledge of self. Knowledge of self is what even pushed me in here to going through this class. And to this day, I have my own electrical company. I'm an electrician. You know, I'm in the community. You know, I'm working every day. You know, I done taught certain guys this trade. You know, I'm teaching certain guys this trade. You know, I'm striving to provide employment for certain guys, and not just employment, but a trade.
Where they can feed themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Because one thing about me doing it is that I can't, when it comes to the guys, I can't keep a guy working up under me too long, because it's like the guys get the science and understanding, and I'm taking them through so much, and we're doing so much work, and we're doing it repetitiously. Because anybody that understands acquiring knowledge, you have to go through repetition. You know, that's why we have our lessons, which is a part of us gaining knowledge itself. Our 120 lessons. We have our lessons, and these lessons, we learn them in the form of repetition. We repeat them over and over. It depends on how you got your lessons, but however you got your lessons, you didn't learn your lessons if you know 120. You didn't learn that through one quotation. You learn that through a science or, a process of repetition. So repetition is one of the best ways for an individual to acquire knowledge and wisdom. So by them going through so much repetition through the work we was doing, shit, by the time it was 6 months to a year, they were so well, acquired or versed in that trade and working with their hands in that, capacity. These individuals was like, yo, they go out, they was doing it themselves. And, shit, I couldn't hate, because that was the purpose of me giving it to them in the first place.
That's right, I see. So you can do it yourself,
That's right. Yeah. That was me making sure that instead of giving the man a fish sandwich, I was taking them and showing them how to fish.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
You understand what I'm saying? And he was well adept, and he was able to go and take that trade and that knowledge and be able to step it up and go and do what it is, like that. Yo, that's what all praise do. That's what the purpose of it is. So that's what knowledge itself did for me. You know what I'm saying? And once I got that trade, I took the principles that I already had and have knowledge itself, and strove to make sure that I made sure that this was going to add on to my nation. This was, I was going to take this and use the principle of each one, teach one, the same way as it was when I got 120.
That's right. Ooh.
So that's what knowledge itself did for me, God.
Peace to the God. Peace to the God, man. Beautiful, man. Thank you. That's really powerful, God. That's really powerful, God. I really like that. I think you hit it on. Bahu, did you want to drop anything on that? You want me to go ahead and go into my little piece?
No, go into your piece, God. I'm good.
Okay. So for me, God, and then what come to mind for me is like, taking knowledge itself to the next level, God. For me, because right now, where I'm at right now is like a speaker, right? As a somebody that's looking to use my voice and my knowledge to help other people, learn different things and use my knowledge, use my voice to help companies better understand how to work with black people and interact with people in our communities. It's like knowledge itself gave me that, right? Knowledge itself gave me that understanding of how to speak, or how to conduct myself, or how to carry myself, or the will and the want to take myself to the next level, God. Like for me, I remember one of the big things was big pieces when I was going through the born degree in 1 through 14, where it talk about how we got to clean ourselves up. And then you get to the 10th degree in 1 through 14 and talk about murdering 4 devils. And how the gods will break down that, murdering 4 devils just meant murdering devil's culture. You know what I mean? That we clean ourselves up in righteousness, and we become righteous, and we become better persons. And you get to like your 10th degree in 1 through 40. There is no mystery God. Understanding that the black man is God, and just having these perspectives, it helped me to understand that I can create the reality that I wanted for myself. Not to mention, in one of the bigger pieces, in learning 120 and learning the teachings, God, going to Parliament. You know what I'm saying? Coming around the gods. The gods saying, taking it upon themselves to say, God, get in a cipher. God, get up there and build. yo, God, how you see that degree, how you manifest that. So from that process of making somebody learn something, seeing somebody go from a stage of not knowing a set of information to learning a set of information, and then I don't want to say forcing them, but putting an individual, putting a man on the stage that he has to manifest or has to give an understanding or articulate something. This would take a person who may have had a voice or who got a voice and be able to understand, wow, I could really use that voice. That process, the rallies, speaking and building on my degrees and building on these things, I think those teachings honed who I am and my understanding as a speaker and who I am as a person and as an individual, and where I'm at. You know what I mean? That makes sense. And it's like, I think that is that piece in regards to getting to that next level. When you able to take the lessons that you learn and and take the lessons that you learn and use them to get me to the next level. So for me, like I said, learning my lessons, manifesting and building on them, showing and proving them, speaking up for myself, speaking in the cipher, manifesting what I was been taught. All those things help me get to another level as a speaker and just where I'm at in my life as an individual and as a company. God, can y'all feel that? That makes sense to y'all. And I did got a question. Somebody dropped a question in here, but did y'all have anything y'all wanted to add on to that?
No, God, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So, with that, man, I would encourage anybody, if you out there, if you interested in the teachings of the 5%ers, if you looking to learn, if you haven't already, hit the link in our bio, man. Connect with us. Make sure that you take the opportunity. We want to help you get connected with the gods. If you interested with our culture, interested in our teachings, get the knowledge, man. We here to help you out. So, guys, the next question that I want to throw, and I do got a couple questions here in the chat that I want to throw out. But one of the questions that I want to throw out to y'all, God, is that could you speak on any particular experience with the gods or in the history of the knowledge or in the teachings that was prolific for you, was something that helped give you a deeper understanding just into life or in the teachings in general?
And you saying an experience that we experience ourselves,
or it could be an experience that you experienced or an experience that you may have heard about secondhand. Like, I know that there's some stories of some teachings or some stories that have been passed down that for some people could be, prolific or be heavy or be like, yo, that this was something when I understood or when I heard that this was powerful for me.
I'm trying to see, God.
I see. What'd you say?
Okay, God. I'm trying to see what comes to mind. At the present, personal experience, I would say, follow me. All the stories or the histories I've heard of the gods of the past, was definitely intriguing and definitely interesting, and it amped you and made you want to go out and teach. I want to say just the gods holding it down, going back teaching. I guess my own personal experience is just the ability to be able to replicate that. So
yeah. And that's why I said too, it could be something that from your own personal experience as well. Like for example, God, a lot of my experiences, like for me, God, going to one thing that was big for me in Infomercial was going to show and prove. And not only that, God, the time in me, in the science in me first meeting the gods at D Mecca. Really making that transition from knowing a few gods to coming amongst the cipher of gods. Mm-hmm. Right? And then being embraced with the teachings. Like coming into a perspective and seeing and coming in the room of a group of people where they see the teachings, I don't want to say totally different, but just a whole different perspective than you used to.
Broaden your horizon.
Yeah. And God, for me, it was mind blowing, man. You know what I mean? Even when I first met you and met IC and met certain guys in the school, and I may have been coming with the little bit of understanding that I had, but didn't even know that it was a whole world of understanding out there. And then it's like, yo, I'm just sitting there froze, like, man, where are all these questions coming from? I ain't even know half of this stuff was out there. So for me, that was an experience in the teachings that was like, wow, man, okay. You know, like I went home that night, like, yo, okay, everything is real. Go ahead, I see you look like you. It
Well,
look like I hit it. I hit it for you. I woke it up.
I would say it get greater later.
Listen, God, you know what I'm saying? This the later. You know what I'm saying? This the later part right here.
Yes, sir.
'Cause
Absolutely.
one of the things I can remember, you know, getting out of yourself, it's an eye-opening experience. And it's nothing like you ever thought it would be. At least when it comes to how we do what we do. You know, because I wasn't coming from, you know, a place of humbleness or whatnot. You know, I was straight off the streets. You know, we was grimy, we was doing. We was out in the gutter, and we was getting it. You know, and I end up down at a law school, and word is bond on everything. Me and the guy was about to square up. You know what I'm saying? The first time me and the guy got together, you know, and I had to realize that, okay, you know, for example, you know, when I first met the guy, I met the guy with, it was uh, Dr. Bahu, who back then was, you know, from my understanding, you correct me if I'm wrong, was just transitioning with your name from G Malik to Bahu, you know, because you know that stands out to me because I remember that I met you, I got your number and your name as G Malik, but when I met you, you had a hat that said Bahu is God Allah. You know what I'm saying? The black and gold joints to you, and this is the other guy that I met at the same time, you know, in the physical. I met the guy first through telephone. You know, I got the guy's number from the guy G Khalim in a law school in Mecca. I called the school, and the guy G Khalim connected me with Dr. Bahu. And when I went down to the school, I met in the physical Dr. Bahu, Master AZ, Master Can Do, Born Infinite, and Lord Supreme. You know, these were the guys that I met. You know, when I first came down there, and you know, when I come into the school, we what I had on a gold chain. I had on a gold chain with a Jesus head on it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we in the cipher, we building, and the guy asked me, he said, well, who is that in your chain? And I'm like, yo, that's Jesus. And I think it was the guy Master Can't Do said, well, who was he? And I said, yo, from my understanding, according to the Bible, he was a righteous man. He was a good man. He said, well, was your father a good man?
Damn.
I'm like, yeah. He said, well, why won't you have a picture of your father on your gold chain instead of, you know, somebody you never met? You know, and from that conversation, you know, it led on to other things, other topics or whatnot, and we ended up getting the building. And me and the guy ended up getting into, you know what I'm saying, a conversation in regards to something that I was asked, and, you know, whatever it was, I probably didn't have the answer, or, you know what I'm saying, was rattled about a question or whatever it was, and me and the guy ended up getting squared off. And I had to realize to myself, like, yo, I'm taking it like he's upset with me, but it's based off of something I don't know. This is knowledge. This is for the betterment of myself. How could I be mad at him or come off of him aggressively when he asked me a question? It may be something I didn't know or whatever the case it was. And, you know, we get to this point. So I had to respect what was happening at that particular point. So having a fight or squaring up doing something like that, that wasn't even an option at that point.
Peace, God. That's something.
You know, that was a revelation.
Right.
That was a revelation to me in that moment that, yo, this is something a whole lot greater than what I think it is, because why would he be so upset with me about something I don't know, and I don't even know him like that? But it's when the individual got the true desire in himself to bring out the betterment in another individual that don't have nothing to do with him.
Oh, that's right. I see.
This is having knowledge of self and being a teacher, being a poor righteous teacher,
That's right.
being a 5%er, because that's our duty, to awaken the dead. You see what I'm saying? And that's what was done. And that was one of the most startling things of me, you know what I'm saying, if I could say, we're getting knowledge of self. I mean, I could tell you a whole lot more, you know, that they'll come to me, but that was one that just came off. You know, and that's because I want us to, let's go into the history of the God right here. You know what I'm saying? That's why the God is our guest. You know what I'm saying? You know.
You finished with those questions?
That's the pretty much. I didn't never go through them. I didn't never go through the questions I had for the audience. But if you got something that you want to add, God, like an experience or something in the knowledge, like how the God was going through, please do.
No, God, I'm say you gotta ask me, God. I don't really have no information just to
Okay.
Yeah, you
volunteer.
gotta put it
When
out.
I say that,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
God, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
No
God
doubt,
to
no
warm
doubt,
up.
you
no
know,
doubt,
You know
no
what I'm
doubt,
saying?
no doubt. Well, here I do want to go ahead and go into the questions that I got from the chat. That I can go ahead and go there then.
yeah.
Yo,
What they
yo,
say
yo,
in the
yo, I
chat?
got something.
No, I got some. Hold on,
Okay,
God. Let me
See what
go
they
to the
talking about in the chat.
questions.
okay.
Hold on, man. Let me go to the questions, God. So, the first question, God, was why do we feel like the people don't want to accept the truth about our history nowadays?
Um, One of the reasons nowadays our people still suffer from post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Ooh,
So even though we'll say the effects of the Willie Lynch syndrome, it's still full effect. It's even more in full effect because the new generation is disconnected from the elder generation, so therefore they can't learn from the past. Each generation is supposed to pay it forward because each generation is supposed to pay the way for the next generation, but the next generation is supposed to learn from the mistakes of the previous generation before them. So if you have a disconnect, a generational gap, where the young is not taking heed to the mistakes or the wisdom of the generation before them, then we're in the same position, if not worse. Because that means everything went for naught. You know.
ooh. That's it on that one. So the next one I see, I'll throw this one at you, man. You'll enjoy this one.
Can I say something about that?
Go ahead.
I just want to say that I don't personally think that it's a problem with the youth or the young getting the knowledge
Okay.
or the people getting the knowledge.
Okay.
It's all about the individual that has the knowledge. What is his delivery? His or her delivery? Because that's important.
Presentation.
Exactly.
Okay.
If you're not able to capture the minds of the people, then you have to go back to the drawing board yourself and look at it and see what is it that I could do different
That's
in
right.
whatever position and predicament that you're putting yourself in.
Okay. And God, listen. I got two other questions.
Okay.
They're two good ones.
Okay.
The next one, how do y'all feel about hoodoo practice, ancestor altars, and money candle rituals?
How do we feel about them? Well, as a nation, as the 5%, the lost 5%, we prescribe more to a natural culture or a natural way of life. So we don't deal with rituals and customs of that sort. However, that's old. I mean, that's ancient. Our people partake in that. The Yorubas and different people like that create altars and for the Orishas and different things of that sort. We're not here to knock that, however. That's not our way. So no, that's how we feel about it. We don't partake in those things. We're not a religion. We teach that the original black man is God. So by knowing that God is inside of us, God is not outside of us. So there is no altar. The body is a temple. The body is an altar. You know. So we're not making sacrifices. We're not putting food in what's there. In other words, is eat to live. Put the right food in here.
Peace
Nourish
out.
this body.
Ooh.
This is the temple of God. And I know some people gonna say about the marijuana, however, that's a personal choice. However, I do choose to put the right foods in my mouth. I do know how to eat. I know, about vitamins and minerals and different nutrients that the body needs.
You want to say things about that idea about the hoodoo practices, the ancestor altars, and the money candle rituals?
Well, in regards to all of that, our minds are one. We don't build altars. We don't do ancestral worship. That's not a knock to anyone that does it.
No, it's not.
I understand the science of it. However, that's not what we deal with. We don't teach that. We don't advocate that. We don't practice that. You understand what I'm saying? We don't have altars. I don't have an altar in my house. You know what I'm saying? The most you gonna get in my house is the universal flag.
Or a blackboard.
With the supreme mathematics written out. You know what I'm saying? Daily.
That's right.
So if you want to equate, now some individuals that sharp what they with, they'll equate that to an altar. But if it's gonna be an altar, it's gonna be based on mathematics and the logical realities of what's going on amongst us every day. You understand what I'm saying? Not saying that anything outside of that, I'm saying that what them individuals is dealing with, they deal with those type of things, not a knock to them. You know what I'm saying? Just want to emphasize.
Yeah. We like you said, we not here to talk about nobody.
We here to advocate what we about.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that's why I like to say, with us, no, we don't partake in that. It has no place with us. However, it has a place in other people. Like you said, we here to respect it. However, when you're asking us about a lost 5%, no, we don't partake in those things. As far as voodoo is the transfer of the energy of things that they practice in places like Haiti and things of that sort, no. However, it's a science to everything in life. So, voodoo, I've studied it. I'm aware of it. I'm aware of some of the practices of it. However, I don't partake in it.
That's right. Okay. I can see that.
So knowledge just mean to know, guys. So
that's right. No.
We become aware of a lot of things,
True indeed, guys. So I want to go to the next question. The next question is, he says, since the brother brought up Jesus, the Jesus thing, what is the 5% teaching on Jesus?
Who brought up Jesus?
Well, you brought up Jesus about the chain, the peace.
The Jesus piece.
So
They listening. They holding on to what you said, baby. So I'm gonna let you take to that since you was talking about Jesus.
Okay.
What's the 5% teaching about Jesus? Let's go over to that side of the screen.
Well,
yeah. This little camera here been giving us some
Jesus is just us. That's just me. That's just you. That's just us. He was one of our righteous brothers. He was one of our righteous brothers in the past that was teaching freedom, justice, and equality, to all people. And based on the story,
there we go.
Based on the story, because I don't bear witness that Jesus was a man that walked the planet that you could go and show and prove. So we're going to deal with the story. Based on the story, he was a righteous man that walked the planet that taught freedom, justice, and equality. And he was a brother of ours, And we went to war, with certain, in certain parts, with certain people, in regards, taking back certain lands. Those are not degrees of unity,
Yep.
Y'all know what we talking about.
No, they don't. But you could take it to a Bahu. You wanna say anything?
No, well, what I was gonna say is when he was speaking on Jesus, we know the man who that story is taken from historically was a righteous man. He advocated freedom, justice, and equality. Now, however, the myth, because, we know historically you can't prove that a man named Jesus walked the planet, Now, like I say, when you're talking about the figure historically that they take the life from, and that's accounted for those steps and those different things of that sort, teaching in Palestine, his name wasn't Jesus, And like we know that there wasn't a J in the Hebrew language. Well, he spoke Aramaic, which is a combination of Hebrew and Arabic. There was no J, But anyway,
I got a couple more questions. We got a couple more questions in the comments, guys. So the next question is, they said, peace. How will hell be destroyed, and how will the black man live when hell is destroyed?
Well, just remember this. Heaven and hell are mindsets, As Freedom Allah, Papa Wu, as most people know him, said, heaven is what you make it and hell is what you go through. So those mind states, those are conditions right here on earth. So, what happens when the black man, hell is imperfection or a state of confusion. What happens when the black man alleviate himself from a state of confusion? Then what? He'll be in total tranquility. He'll be at peace with himself. That's heaven on earth. Remember, heaven and hell, from us, from our perspective, is a mind state. So they're not places. It's not heaven. Is not heaven and hell is not a place we go after we die. The dead is never known to return to tell the living whether they lied or not. So if it's not heaven on earth, if it's not hell on earth, I don't know nothing about it.
Ooh, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, bro. Go ahead. I see. You got something. You grabbing it. You grabbing the bike. What's going on? Come on with it, guy.
What's your question again?
No, the brother asked. He asked, "Peace and peace. How will hell be destroyed, and how will the black man live when hell is destroyed?"
Well, hell is destroyed when you remove the devil from your planet.
Which is your
You know,
mentality.
which is your mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Take them off your brain.
The
Talk
destructions
to
of
him, I
the
see.
destruction of the devil's civilization.
Ooh.
You know, the destruction of the devil's civilization happened in 1914, according to our lessons. The expiration of the devil's civilization, 1914. That's when knowledge was made born to you of the knowledge of the culture, of our culture. You know, so when the removal of the devil's mentality is from your mentality, or at least you are undertaking that process to remove the devil, because you know it's something that happens in one day according to the lessons, but we know one day is 1,000 years to God. You understand what I'm saying? So all that to say is it's a process.
Yes.
It's a process that has to be undertaken.
Ooh. All
You know
right.
what happened?
Peace to God.
What do you say? What happened when hell is destroyed? When you no longer become a stereotype. When you take control of your own mind. When you think for yourself. That's the destruction of hell. That's the destruction of the devil. Armageddon is up here.
So I got one more question. Another brother asked another question really quick. He said, "What's the 5% teaching on the afterlife?"
The afterlife, the hereafter is here. Here, after ignorance is removed. So the hereafter is still mental. Remember, we dealing with God and devil as a mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, recovering from a mental death and power. What's the mental death? To be blind, deaf, and dumb to self. To be blind, deaf, and dumb to what's really going on. To think you know and not have an inkling of a clue. So that's why I said the first thing that the knowledge of self did, or the lessons did, when it took me to the next level was awareness. It put me in the realm of knowing. Now I wasn't able to just say, well, a lot of these things I don't know, you know. So that's what it is, black man. I would think on the afterlife is, man, we're not religious, so we're not talking about life after a physical death. We're talking about life after a mental death. You're looking at it. This life after death, knowledge of self. This life after, we all was once mentally dead. We recovered from it. We were not physically dead. We were only mentally dead. So, I mean, we was mentally ignorant, blind, deaf, and dumb to the knowledge of ourselves. The things that we know now, there was a time, a year, a month, and a day when we didn't know this. We was unaware. And somebody pulled our coat. Somebody made knowledge born. Somebody taught us. We became aware. The same reason you go to school, to become aware to the subjects and things that you may not be aware of. Mathematics, whether it's algebra, geometry, or whatnot. You go to school so you become more acclimated with it. And that's what this did. It caused us to become more acclimated with self and others.
Peace, God.
Peace to God.
Peace to the God, man. Right and exact, man. That is beautiful, man. So, God, man, I appreciate y'all, man.
Oh, that's the show.
For taking no, that ain't the show. I was planning. I'm gonna have the Earth. We're gonna have the Earth come in and add on a little bit really quick. You know, it ain't gonna be the God and the God and the Earth Hour podcast without having the Earth jump in here real quick.
No question.
So we supposed to have that coming down at 10:45. I'm just waiting on the Earth to make her appearance.
So how much time we got?
Go ahead, God.
How much time we got?
Man,
Okay,
we
so
don't have no
what
it
I
ain't no
want
sad
what I
birth
want to
record,
do
God.
is
Go ahead.
listen. You know what I'm saying? Listen. So in this day and time, being an individual that actually got the knowledge from the God. Sometimes the way the God deal with individuals that come amongst us. Nowadays, our days, and they want to, come amongst the gods and they build amongst the gods. And I see how the God deal with certain gods. And I'm like, yo, damn, God, you ain't really got that fire up on the individual's ass like you used to have at one particular time. You know what I'm saying? It's like a child that had a parent and you was a older child by that parent and y'all had, siblings and you seen how the parent was more lenient on the siblings and you knew that when I was in my day with that same parent, this motherfucker whipped my ass. You know? However, nowadays we come across individuals that's like, yo, I be like, yo, what's happening? Like, so, yo, real quick, God, yo, no, that clip. Can I get you to show that clip? I just want the God to show this clip, cause I want y'all to see the God as it was when I got knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
You will- which which clip I see? Which one?
Uh, uh, you know what? We're gonna take y'all back to the first clip. I want the God to show the second clip first. You know what I'm saying? You know,
You want me to show the whole first clip?
Hold on, God. She's trying to get by you. Get that shit right
You know that's the private stock, man. You ain't gotta do give me all.
okay.
They done seen the other video. The video that you talk about, the second one. It was just on Instagram. If you was on Instagram and you seen the video with the SpongeBob clip, where he said 5 seconds later, say when the brother ain't know the degree, when he asked the brother the degree, and he said 5 seconds later. And he asked him the fourth degree and it wasn't 14. Like, yo, what's that? Yo, man, we having all kind of little camera issues. Y'all bear with us, man. I got a few cameras. One of my cameras acting up. Hold on, real quick.
now.
So
I
yeah.
got relaxed with it. Like,
Oh yeah, Bahu, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So we coming back in, y'all. We coming back in, y'all. Y'all bear with me. It is the God and Earth hour. So I want to bring to the stage. It's still going good. It's still going good. We just having a few little technical difficulties with my audio. Well, not with the audio, but our video. So it'll be coming right back up. If you still there, we still here. Don't get discouraged at all. So what I want to bring to the stage, a wonderful Earth. I just want to have the Earth throw her perspective in. She just wanted to add on with the cipher here with us. So Earth, this wonderful Earth here. I'm gonna let her introduce herself, but she is definitely a well-versed Earth in our nation. Um, a very wonderful sister, a lovely, my lovely Earth here. This is Mecca C Freedom Earth.
Peace.
She want to come in and just throw in her understanding. Now, Earth, I do want to ask you because we cannot leave the Earths out. You here repping for the Earths, and we got sisters on our live stream. We got people on our live stream. Peace to everybody that's still here tuning with us. And that's asking questions and who was asking questions and who was dropping their understanding. Peace to y'all. Peace to everybody that's still tuning in. We wanted to bring the Earth in and drop some of these same questions on the Earth just so our sisters out there can get some of this same understanding that they looking for and that they want in life because this knowledge, this ain't just something that's contained just to males and just to men. So this the God and Earth podcast, the God and Earth hour. So and we know the Earth ain't been here with us the whole hour because she had to do a few other things, but I did want to bring her to the stage. So Earth, how would you say the teachings and learning 120 and learning these lessons has helped you go to the next level in life or go from the woman that you were, before you got knowledge and a young woman that didn't have any, didn't never heard that the black man was God or anything like that to now to the woman that you are? Like what would you say about the teachings have done for you like that?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say peace and thank you for having me on this platform.
Peace.
And peace to all the gods and the earths who are tuning in, listening. This is annoying.
You good. You don't need to okay.
But what I wanted to say was the way that I came into knowledge itself was quite unique. I was actually very dissatisfied with my diet. I was very dissatisfied with my appearance of my skin because I deal with a lot of skin issues. So I was basically searching for a way to heal myself through my diet. And I was in the library one day and I was, just researching the meaning of fasting, the importance of food, and the importance of different food combinations, and things of that nature. And I literally stumbled upon the gods and the earths, along with my physical sister. We literally both were in the library. And at the time, I was attending college in St. Louis, or Saudi as we call it. Um, and one thing that stood out the most to me was the way in which the gods built and interacted with each other, and the way that they interacted with the women, most notably. They called their women Queen and Earth, and I was basically like, how and why, and where do I sign up? Because, coming from St. Louis is such a small town, all you hear is, hey, what's up, B, or hey, what's up, and just really everything but the name Queen or Earth or anything, a term that is higher than what I've heard. So when I heard that, I immediately wanted to know who these people were, and how to locate them. And so, Bahu, I don't even think you know this, but my first introduction into even hearing a God build or speak was you. I heard you on YouTube building about
That's that video I see wanted me to
yeah.
show.
Yeah, it literally was that video. I had never met you before, and I was like, "Is this what this is like?" And okay, you know what I mean. And clearly, whatever it is that he's getting on this particular person about, they need to know it. And I'm sure if I'm striving to learn, I need to know it as well. So that was one thing that stood out the most to me. And for a long time, I was really searching for who and what God was. I lost my father at a very young age, and I always wondered what God was, who He was, why the world worked the way that it did, why social media was the way that it was, and just why we have so many economic pressures today on us. So through learning that and through knowing that, I went amongst the cipher and, observed everybody building, and I chose it for myself. I know another thing that also stood out that I still carry today is, don't ever do something because of somebody else. If you are in a relationship with someone, or you're affiliated with someone, don't do it because that other person is doing it. Do it because you doing it. So I can confidently say I'm here because I want to be here, not because somebody told me to be here or is pressuring me to be here. So anybody who is wanting to join, in regards to women, anybody wanting to join, don't do it because your man's doing it, or because it's a fad, or because it's something that he wants to hear. Do it and find reason in it as to why you want to do it, and literally find reason. And when you find the reason, stick to that reason. And the reason why I wanted to do it, literally, like I said in the beginning of my bill, was because of my diet. And so when I start seeing the healing benefits of fasting, when I fasted for the first time, was the complete eye opener for me. Skin completely cleared up. Certain things became of balance internally. So I wanted to learn more. Um, I remember building with a particular brother, and I was like, so if you God and you know everything, I'm sure you don't know how far Pluto is away from the sun. And in fact, he told me how far Pluto was away from the sun. And before I knew what a degree was, that was the first degree I had ever got in 120, was how far Pluto was away from the sun. So by me getting that understanding, and it stuck with me to this day, it made me understand that I had so much to learn. And not only I saw my significance of relevance to Pluto, meaning I was so far away from knowing who I was, and I needed to get back to that perfect distance, which is 93 million miles away from the sun. which is approximately how far the Earth is away from the sun. So, in knowing that, that's what led me to having a knowledge of myself. It literally opened my eyes to many different things. Even after I became a mother, it was a new chapter, a new door for me to learn different things. And practicality, because we're not a religion. So, in regards to practicality, everything that the gods have been sitting here saying, I can vouch for them, um, because of the simple fact that the temple is here, the temple is here. So if these are your temples, you want to cover them up as such.
And Earth, what do you do now? Like, what do you do? Tell the people what you do. What do you offer? What is you becoming Earth taught you and brought you to now to where you at? What do you do, Earth? Tell them about you.
Well, I'm a herbalist. I'm a practical herbalist at heart. I'm a forager. I have two businesses. One is Adorned by Mecca, where I make waist beads on Instagram at Adorned by Mecca on Instagram. Um, and my other business is the Root Herbal Apothecary, and I sell medicated shea butter as well as other products at that. Also on Instagram as well. You can reach me at the Root Herbal Apothecary on that page as well. And I'm a mother first, so a lot of the things that I know, my children taught me. I'm gonna say it again. A lot of the things that I know, my children taught me. Everything from, and I'm gonna get candid, but everything from lice to cuts and scrapes to contusions to eye issues and whatnot. So I am a healer at heart. I'm a nurse at heart, a practical nurse, and yeah, that's how knowledge of self has helped me.
Man, peace to the Earth. Peace. Thank you so much, Earth. Really, we really do. I really do appreciate you. For
Thank
taking
you.
for taking some time and coming to add on with us. Because we can't do this without the Earths. We can't
Absolutely,
we
yeah.
can't add this perspective on without the Earths. And we're gonna be. And if we do tuning into the stream and you staying with us, we're gonna be having some more gods and some more Earths. In upcoming episodes, we're gonna be having a lot more of the Earths and a lot more of the stream, as well as a lot more of the Earths. We was supposed to have another Earth adding on here with us today, but sometimes everything doesn't work out. But we're gonna be having the Earth. We're gonna be having some more of our brothers and our sisters on here, very very soon. So make sure y'all stay tuned. I see you want to hop back in over here with me real quick. So other than that, man, we dropping in. If you got any last minute questions, we going right here on 11 o'clock, man. We don't want to keep the people too long. We getting right in on our God and Earth hour. So make sure you tuning in with us. Make sure you support the stream. If you want to donate, man, and throw us something to help and bless us and to keep this going in. The sister just dropped. What's the name of the Earth's product line? The first one that she said, and I'll let her tell it. Go ahead, Earth. What was it? Say it one more time.
Peace Queen. You can reach me at Adorned by Mecca as well as the Root Herbal Apothecary.
Peace, Earth. Peace, Earth. So that's the root. That's the Root Herbal Apothecary, and that's for the shea butter,
The medicated shea butter.
Your skin products, your hair products, and then the Durham Mecca. That's for the waist beads,
For
right?
the waist beads,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay. Peace to the Earth. Peace to the Earth. So, if you out here, if you tuning in with us, I want to thank everybody for tuning in on this stream. I will that everybody enjoyed it and had a real positive time hanging with the guys. We're gonna make sure that we get this episode up and uploaded. I see you want to add anything on. You want to drop anything before we get up out of here?
Yeah, well, I mean, do we have any more time? How much time we got left?
Yeah. We can definitely keep the time going.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, I want to make sure that the guy, I had something I want to make knowledge born to the people about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and no question, it's about her history. You know what I'm saying? You know, okay, so everybody out there, I just want to give y'all a piece of my history, a piece of the Earth's history. Because the reason why I say it's a piece of my history, because the point I was striving to make, you know what I'm saying, before I had left the airwaves, is that, um, you know, the God, you know, that's my enlightenment. You know, for those that, you know, don't like the term enlightener, you know what I'm saying, that's the one that gave me knowledge of self. That's the one who he made knowledge born to me first, that the black man is God. You understand what I'm saying? So that's who he is to me. And I just want to make knowledge born about the point that I was striving to get at earlier in regards to me seeing the guy, you know, we right here, you know what I'm saying, in the, you know, what is it, 2021. So it's like, to me right now, this is George Jetson.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Years.
You said George Jetson.
Yeah, this George Jetson years back, you know what I'm saying? Where we came from, and you know what I'm saying? Back in, you know what I'm saying, later years.
You gotta say George Jetson.
Ain't no question. And so, I mean, I had no idea that when we was talking about being able to look at an individual on the computer screen and you talking to him, that was like some futuristic shit.
Cause that was about 10, 15 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? Or more than that.
It was.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, and that shit is a regular, everyday reality right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, however, to say that is, you know, back in the days when I got knowledge from the guy, when I first met the guy was still a firecracker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. The guy would still put a fire up under your ass right now, you know what I'm saying? However, I'm just saying, back when I got knowledge, it was like the guy was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Word is bond. The guy was a real live, true indeed firecracker. You know what I'm saying? I told you, me and the guy was about to square off when we first met. You know what I'm saying? However, you know, I just want to, you know what I'm saying, let the God make manifest this skit to give everybody out there, our viewer audience, a slight understanding of what I mean when I say.
A blast from the past.
And that wasn't the past that I'm talking about. That was more in the recent future from what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't too long ago. So I'm gonna let y'all, you know what I'm saying, do the analysis of this skit right here. And right, you going to part one first, right?
That shit wasn't even no skit.
You going to part one first, right?
It's my phone.
Yeah, Bahu, man, you gotta get back over here, man.
Yeah,
we playing the whole,
yo,
clip about this.
I'm
Come
gonna let
on,
the guy get
Earth,
over
baby,
here.
come back
I'm gonna let
over
the guy get
here.
over
Earth,
here so
get
he
up.
can get the screen. You know what I'm saying? Peace.
That's why I'm saying, listen. But we don't need enough talking on here. All I'm saying is this. I was gone to the corner.
Okay. No doubt. The guy said he laying back. The guy gonna lay back in the cut. You know what I'm saying? He relax. He doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? We're not about to disturb him. We gonna let him do his thing. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let me
Guard
pull,
right here.
Let me pull this
You
up.
see God look around and look good, God.
Yeah, it
You know what I'm
does.
saying? Earth right there, you here, you got Cap, you know what I'm saying? They know I'm right in here.
Let me grab this
If
here.
they got a question, boom, I can answer from here, God, you God. You know.
No doubt, God. I got you. The God is intent on me pulling up this clip, so I'm definitely.
Yeah, I want the people to see this right. Even though a lot of our people probably done seen it. You know what I'm saying? This shit is, if it ain't viral, it's gonna be viral soon. You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to Khalil Shabazz.
Shout out to Khalil Shabazz. That brother showed up by himself.
Like I said, we was all that shit.
You know what I'm saying? He showed up like Magic Farad Muhammad by himself.
You switch that camera down?
Nah. I'm working on it right now for the God, man. I'm making it happen for IC, man.
Okay.
IC intent
That's
on
peace. That's peace.
on me getting it on up here.
Well,
for
I mean,
me,
if it don't come together soon, you know what I'm saying, we're going to go ahead and conclude, you know what I'm saying, the podcast, because I want to hold up everybody.
yeah, the God
Yeah.
want me to roll. The God want me to roll.
I'm
this
trying
clip.
to get the guys to roll this footage.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
You gonna do this on camera?
I'm trying to get the guys to roll this footage. Nah.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it together. I got you.
Yeah, nah.
Because it's a podcast.
Yeah, why?
Nah,
So.
say,
This black song?
Yeah.
no, that's Coventry. Remember
I
God Lost Thing on
remember
Coventry?
Coventry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's covered. I'm glad you said that.
I'm putting it on, God. And God, what would you
I thought
say?
he was calling
Now,
in tonight.
now one more time.
You know,
What would you
the
say?
guy, the guy probably on the line. Peace.
What would you say is so significant? Just so that we could reiterate why we dropping this. You saying just that fire.
Well, you know, it was me. I was making a point. I can't recall
Peace.
right.
My
at
name
this
is Dr.
particular moment
Bahu,
what
is God
particular
Allah,
point it
represent
was.
the nation
However,
of
I know
gods
it
and
was
earth,
in regards
most
to
commonly known as the five
how
percenters.
when
This rebuttal right here
I
is
was
to
getting
that sucker,
knowledge
that
from
weak
God,
Muslim by the name of
from
Khalil
God,
Shabazz.
particularly
You said something about
in the early
establishment,
day.
black men.
The God had a lot of fire.
I mean, I know for me,
We was under a lot of pressure.
I know for me, like as a new student at the time watching this clip, it translated a message for me like don't take these degrees like lightly. Don't play with them. You know what I mean? And if you're gonna
Peace.
speak
My
on
name is
something,
Dr.
make sure you
Bahu,
know
is
what
God
you're
Allah,
speaking
represent the
on.
nation of
And if you
gods and earth.
don't know, don't say anything. That's for me. That's what it translated to. Not to mention, he's holding the fort down here. And before I knew who he was, he's a vanguard. So that's how I looked at it from my perspective. Like,
And you didn't even know who he was.
and I didn't know who he was at all.
You saw that clip right there.
Yeah,
You know,
that was the very first clip I saw.
you got it together, God. We ready to go?
Yeah. I'm almost ready to go, God. I got it about together, God. That's the first one that you wanted me. I didn't really have it.
That's the rebuttal.
I didn't have it really queued up. I never seen the first video.
You never seen the first video?
Nah, he talking about the video that my man said. The video that
Oh, the one that initiated it all. The one that initiated it all. Yeah. I mean that's because his elders seen what was going on and what happened and the error in what it was that he said. And you know that had to come down. Right. I mean they try to be right in his act in what they do. That's why you won't see it no more. I mean we still got that history.
No doubt.
However, like I say, you know, still, I want to say, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Khalil Shabazz, you know.
Yeah, because we resolved that. That's what the part two you showed that.
Yeah. Good, because hold on. Because this is the first segment. This is the segment that Khalil Shabazz responded to.
No, go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
You responded to Khalil Shabazz.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is you responding to Khalil Shabazz. Are you ready to go, God?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, yeah, let roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh shit.
What is the five percenters? This rebuttal right here is to that sucker, that weak Muslim by the name of Khalil Shabazz. You said something about devilishment. Black man, you don't know lost found Muslim lesson number 1, nor lost found Muslim lesson number 2. Lost found Muslim lesson number 1 in the 4th degree in the 1 through 14 states that Yaqub was the original man and the father of the devil. He taught the devil how to do this devilishment. Further in that degree, it said Musa came 2,000 years later to teach him how to live a respectful life, how to build a home for himself, and some of the forgotten trick knowledge that Yaqub had taught them, which was devilishment. So we taught them that. No, we're not pro-black nor anti-white. You need to get the 1974 Savior's Day speech by Elijah Muhammad. Seemed like he wasn't anti-white either. Do your homework, black man. Know the lessons. You start talking about the 30th degree in Lost Found Muslim lesson number 2 when it say, tell us what and how the devil was made. And it talks about the two germs, the black germ and the brown germ. That brown germ is not an embodiment of evil, is not an embodiment of wickedness. What Yaqub did by separating, he went against the natural laws of the original man's physical composition. So it made it go contradictory. So what he did was he grafted and started making it lighter and weaker. And then you have this diabolical being called the Caucasian white man. Now, in the student enrollment say the original man is God of the universe. It says nothing about a Muslim, none of that. This is the last days. There's no more prophets, no more messengers. It's only God. And the original man is Allah. Go get the 1974 Savior's Day speech when Elijah Muhammad said, every time you look at a black man, you are looking at God. Father is one who furthers the education of another. So Allah is the Father. And Allah I'm talking about is the one you keep miscalling him Clans 13X. There's no such thing as a Clans 13X. Who is Elijah Poole, brother? You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. And matter of fact, I'm in Detroit.
or we call it D-Mecca. I be all through the streets. I see all the Muslims on Finkel in Wyoming. I saw the brother on Southfield and Grand River selling their papers. I even saw Kareem and Levi. You know, I know Sami Muhammad. I saw them at Eastern Market selling Muhammad Speaks. In fact, I purchased one. I purchased a Final Call. Where you at, brother? Where can we get a paper from you? Where do you speak at? We have rallies every third Sunday month at Belle Isle, or you can come over at the Blight Buster. That's on last year in Grand River. Bring your knowledge. If it's supreme, bring it. This will be posted on YouTube, black man. And guard yourself. Because there is no black man is God. That's blasphemy. Right. How are you going to speak against the Father? You ain't even did a third of his work, motherfucker. Yeah, I said that. Now, I'm acting like a nigga because I'm talking to a nigga. You can't be civilized with the uncivilized. Because the duty of the civilized is to what? Teach the uncivilized. So I'm teaching you. And I'm going to beat you with many stripes. So I'm serving you with a 318 and a 1242nd. Go to King James Bible. Ezekiel 3:18 and St. Luke 12:47. You've been warned. You don't know the duty of a civilized person. Teach the uncivilized. You too busy trying to accuse other righteous people. That's in the 4th degree in the 1 through 14. You come amongst the righteous people trying to accuse us. Do your teachings. If you so right and exact, let your works outweigh ours. Nobody never heard of you, black man. Who are you? God is seen and heard everywhere. Muslims are expired. You talking about some stuff that expired. You can study in the temple as long as you want. You still will not have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad had. Because when the Father left the temple and began to teach in Harlem, New York, all throughout New York, Elijah, your messenger, never came and challenged him. Why? Because he couldn't. Because the man was right and exact.
What'd you say?
Now, if Rob Mama was a Caucasian and his father was original man, then that makes him a half original.
Nah,
now, the lesson say, why did we let a half original man like Columbus discover the poor part of planet Earth? Musa also was a half original man. So what is a real devil? Any man made weak and wicked, or any live grafted germ from original is devil. So he was only a prophet, a bringer of the knowledge. His body was made and prepared just to bring the knowledge. That's why Elijah said, Allah who came in the person. He wasn't Allah. That's why it says in the scripture, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Our father was last, but he became the first. Farad was first, but he became the last. Elijah was nothing but a messenger. Nothing but a messenger. That's why when Elijah returned to the essence or died in 1975, half y'all chump ass niggas went back to the grave. Because you wasn't even founded in the truth of Islam to stand on your own. We kept the teachings alive. We taught that the black man's God, white man's the devil. Chump, you Johnny come lately. The Father was teaching in 64 when Elijah was living. He said that he was Allah. You Johnny come lately, motherfucker. The Father went out to the streets and built his own nation. Yeah, I'm talking to you like that, brother. If you don't like it, meet me wherever, black man.
Right here. He got the phone number.
I even give you my number, 313-721-7231. 313-721-7231. Because proper education always correct errors. Guard yourself, punk motherfucker.
Okay. Yo.
That's how they want it.
Yo. Our mic's back on.
Yeah, we
Peace.
back in the building.
Peace.
We back in the building.
Peace to God, peace to the earth.
For my father,
Yo,
he is equal. If I'm not qualified to pass the test of mankind, I must be 100% righteous and all wise and righteous. And I must be able to defeat any army.
Yo.
So, so if you see the video on Instagram of the brother getting examined, so do you want me to pull that one up?
Yeah, because I just want to get a history and put things in perspective for the individuals that saw the other video. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, this thing right here, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't viral, it's going to be viral soon. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, I just want to put things in perspective when we put the next video, because the brother, this is why we keep giving props to the brother. Because after that video, the brother, you know, we got in contact with the brother. The brother got, which one? Did he get in contact with us, or did we get in contact with him?
He got in contact with me.
He got, yeah. So after that, the God met this brother down at the main library. Was it the main library? It was the main library. You know what I'm saying? We met the God down at the main library, and you know, the brother showed up, and you know, he came by himself. You know, and you know, you know how we do what we do in the Mecca. You know. I mean, we came down there, you know, it was a nice little squad of us, you know, and and the cameraman, you know what I'm saying? The guy said, you know, it was about 7 to 8 of us, and the cameraman, and you know, it was filmed, you know what I'm saying? You know, guys was in the house, So I want to just
And
roll
now,
this
God,
footage. Peace.
now, okay, we'll go into the science afterwards, right?
Okay, so here we go. This is the second part of that footage. This is when this is after this brother contacted us, and we went and met him at the main library to show and prove what it was he was saying.
Let us now Joe with it.
So I'm sure everybody has seen this. You probably seen this video on Instagram. I gotta put it together.
Camera rolling.
5 minutes later.
I got it. I gotta put them together.
You don't know. What's your name? See how quick you said that? You don't know that.
They probably
You
said,
want to pause it?
To be a 5%er,
You know the whole law.
you have to know your lessons.
You know the fourth one? Why do we run Yakuba is made double from the root of civilization across the hot Arabian desert into the caves of West Asia if they now call
You see
Europe?
it?
What is the meaning of EU and Rome? How long ago? What the devil bring with him? What kind of life did he live there? How long before Musa come to teach him of their forgotten technology? Come on, black man, give me that.
So this is the brother who you was talking
Let us
to,
now Joe with it.
right? Essentially that's what we were showing.
Yeah.
This is what happened after that
that's
video.
Khalil. That's
The brother
Khalil.
came out to the library, you know what I'm saying?
5
Yeah.
And we
minutes
began to
later.
question him about the video.
You don't know. What's your name? See how quick you said that? You don't know that. Can't recite the whole thing. So that means you need to go back to study.
To be a 5%er, you have to know your lessons.
You know the fourth one? Why do we run Yakuba is made double from the root of civilization across the hot Arabian desert into the caves of West Asia if they now call Europe? What is the meaning of EU
Yeah, that's
and
it.
Rome?
So somebody just said in the
How long
comments,
ago?
I seen
What the devil bring
this.
with him? What kind of life did he live there? How long before Musa come to teach him of their forgotten technology? Come on, black man, give me that. Let us now Joe with it. Camera rolling too.
5 minutes later.
You don't know. What's your name? See how quick you said that? You don't know that. Can't recite the whole thing. So that means you need to go back to study.
To be a 5%er,
Yeah, so that's it.
Yo,
you
peace.
have to know
Yo.
your lessons.
You know the fourth one?
No, that's the loop in it. So, yo, that was it right there.
Yeah, that was it.
You know what I'm saying?
That was it.
Yo, that's the kind of fire that we was up under. You know what I'm saying? And that was mild. That was mild. Word is bond on everything. That was mild the way I got it.
You say that was mine.
That was mild the way I got it from the God. Word is bond on everything. You know what I'm saying? Me and the God go back like that. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt,
You know what I'm saying?
no doubt. Yeah. But I would say that that's the beautiful piece in this culture which formed and helped a lot of us brothers get to those next stages and next levels as men.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to where I think a lot of times people take the notion like, oh, it's just about quoting lessons and, they just not eating pork and, different stuff like that. But in reality, the big piece, man, this about becoming better. This about being held accountable. And even that's all I was thinking when you was playing it. Like, yo, I remember when I first seen that, like, yo, man, you just can't say anything. You just can't speak on the gods. You ain't going to talk about this. You ain't going to talk about our coach. You ain't going to talk about us and not expect to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you saying you somebody in the know, yo, you're going to be held accountable. You're going to be questioned. You're going to be examined. You're going to be held to a certain standard. Like, all of that, God, as you should be. You know what I'm saying? How else do you how else do you create a culture of gods and earths? A supreme beings and supreme women. You got to hold them up to a high standard, man. So, that's definitely the piece. So listen, man, if you tuning in, God, you got any last thoughts, man, you want to drop on the people?
I just want to say peace to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that everybody tuned in. I'm glad that everybody that listen. Keep giving us your support. We appreciate that. Pass the news. Let it be known that we doing what we doing.
Share it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Share it. Remember, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure the God was gonna do the advertisement. We got the nectar of the gods.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Remember I want the earth to give her
We did.
her
We did.
Instagram.
We did.
and
We
all
dropped
that,
it.
you know what I'm saying?
We dropped the
Okay.
link.
Put it on the screen, dog.
I don't know if I could put it on the I could put it on the screen. It'll take me here in a second, but I definitely put it on Facebook. Yeah, yeah. What I'm gonna do is, God, I'm gonna make sure I get it posted on the stream, on the podcast stream, and as well as I posted it on Facebook and on Instagram, like a direct link to her stream, to what the Earth got going on. So again, that's Adorned by Mecca on Instagram and the Root Herbal Apothecary on Facebook. If you want to check out the Earth products, if you want to check out some of the merchandise and the products that we got, you can find. You can go right to freedomlabs.live/merch. If you want to support the stream and support what we do, man, you can check us out on buy me a coffee at the 5% Connection, or you can go right to that same website. That's freedomlabs.live/tips. Show us some love on the stream. If you want to catch this live talk again, if you want to get a direct audio download, if you're on Spotify, if you're on Apple Podcasts, if you're on Google Alexa, if you're on iHeartRadio, or whatever you got going and you want to connect with the God and Earth podcast, the God and Earth Hour podcast, you can hit the link in our bio or at the 5% Connection on Instagram or on Facebook. You can hit the link in our bio to take you right to our website. And you can get connected with the podcast, or you can go to Spotify, you can go to iHeartRadio, you can go to any of them streaming platforms and search the God and Earth Hour podcast. Other than that, man, I don't know if any of the gods got anything they wanted to leave out with. Say that one more time.
It's the Roots Herbal Apothecary, APOTHECARY.
Yeah, apothecary.
Apothecary.
Yep.
And I would actually want to say something. If anybody is out there in Instagram, social media land, and if there's any young women who have any questions or anything about how to wrap your hair or any type of health advice or anything, please reach out to us. It would behoove you to reach out, as well as make sure to keep it practical. I know you seeking knowledge, but make sure to keep it practical, and everything ain't always got to be too deep.
I know that's right, Earth. I know that's right. I see you got anything you want to leave the people with, man?
Like I said, I want to say peace to everybody. I thank everybody for supporting us. Continue to support us. Look at the merch. Support the Nectar of the Gods. Support the Earth. We got more to come. Me, the God, Minister Freedom, Dr. Bahu. I'm sure you know some Dr. Bahu. He gonna be frequenting the studio, the studio.
Oh yes, sir.
More regularly.
Yes, sir.
And besides that, I just want to say peace to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming.
Man, yes, sir. Make sure, like I said, if you came in late, if you just getting in, man, hit the link in our bio. I'm gonna do my best to get this podcast uploaded tonight, so you can go ahead and download it on Spotify and on all your streaming sites, as well as the full video will be available on Facebook and on YouTube, so you can catch the visuals out. If you need us, if you need to connect with us, if you're ready to get knowledge, hit the link in our bio at the 5% Connection, and we can get it done. With that, man, peace. Peace, everybody. Peace.
Magnificent. That will conclude this evening's entertainment.